two fellas from Kansas and a whatever from Indiana
are looking for the signs and into the stars for the perfect pair of motion pictures.
out there.
A couple of flicks, 3 corn-fed cinephiles, otherworldly connections.
This is the Midwestern Crop Circle Double Feature.
Yet another movie podcast.
Welcome to the Midwestern Crop Circle Double Feature Podcast.
2 in a row.
Does my audio sound bad? It's because I left my computer charger at work. And we said, fuck it, we'll do it live. And Christian said, we are not going to reschedule ever again. Christian also told me never to watch movies for fun anymore because I keep ruining his double feature ideas.
I mean, okay. So every time I literally have to go to your letterbox once a day to see what I'm taking off from
Well,
my list.
why can't I just like, if it's recent enough?
Because what if you hated it? Then I'd feel weird.
You saw me give 4 stars to The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Well,
And
that was
4 stars
was-
to Liza with a Z.
well, neither of those I had lined up, so
Okay.
We
so
need
you're-
some dissent sometimes, too. Sometimes we need to pick some that the other person doesn't like.
That's true. Brett did.
I did.
Brett was brave.
you know, today's episode is brought to you by the fact that this podcast used to have some class to it. I mean, I'll give them both that I like these 2 movies, but we came from a fine Spanish film and a biopic to like queef references.
I'd
know
like
what?
to remind everyone that our second episode, we talked about Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
And our Christmas episode was Alf.
I'm the only one who hasn't picked anything like this.
And shit, my phone's at 10%. Hold on.
Are you motherfucker?
This is lore about me is I don't charge things until
Evidently.
I'm using them, and then it says you need to charge them, and I'm like, we'll see how far it goes. And then
my phone will not dip below like 70% every single day.
Wow.
I will not allow it.
You're like
I'm like Zay.
you're like my grandmother who like if her car was like at a quarter tank, she was like,
Yeah.
I'm out of gas.
That's what I thought of, too.
Well, just call me old bitch, I guess. Shit.
Well, you are the old one.
Wow, damn. Just piling on me tonight.
Throwing it out there. But anyway, we both know that we've got some Tyler Perry movies on the way at some point. So
Well, we didn't
Don't
until
even
you
go
said
there.
something. So I watched, and I texted both of you, I watched that Joe's College Road Trip, and literally in like the span of maybe a minute or so, they go from going to a Confederate bar where little Urkel kid uses the bathroom, and Joe does a Matrix reference, as Zay is like, did they do the thing? And I was like, you mean the pose? Sure enough, you have like the frozen in midair. Joe's beating up the white people. And then the next scene is like, I brought you here so you could understand what it's like to be black in America and that it's always been hard and that I wish it. And I was like, how do we go from this to this? And the movie even opens up with like a prologue about how you're going to hear so many N-words and bitches and hoes in this movie. And to turn back now if that offends you. And I'm like, what the fuck is this movie going to be about?
So all that said, you gave it 4 stars.
5 stars, actually. Look, one day we are going to have a Tyler Perry Medea-verse episode, and you both will experience Nirvana.
That being
Alright.
said, out of the movies you picked, I was surprised how much classier one is compared to the other.
I don't disagree.
There's one,
don't
let's just
disagree.
say there's one I gave 5 stars to.
That made me smile. Made me smile the first time you did it. And then I was kind of worried that this time you'd be like, oh, what was I thinking? But no.
No, because it's an
Still 5
enjoyable.
stars.
It's an enjoyable picture.
Should we get into that one?
Let's do it.
Okay. So, Christian pointed out that February 17th, which was a little under a week ago as of this recording, was the 30th anniversary of our first movie tonight, which is Happy Gilmore. So that was really the impetus of me picking these two.
I thought you said
When
because I said we needed fun.
That too. That was where it started.
Next
and then
I'm shutting my mouth.
when I started there, and I was like, well, 30th anniversary of Happy Gilmore, we have to talk about it. I knew that at some point I was going to pick this movie for this podcast. And then after that, it kind of became, okay, what's a movie I can find that kind of relates in some ways to Happy Gilmore? So we're going to go back to 1995. Adam Sandler is about to be fired from Saturday Night Live, and he releases a movie called Billy Madison. Billy Madison is not well liked by critics, but it does really well financially, which is pretty much the story of Adam Sandler's entire career.
Have you both seen Happy Madison? Or what is it?
Billy Madison?
Billy
Yes.
Madison. Okay.
Obviously, I have. Zay, you've seen it? Okay.
I've only seen it once, so don't ask me to quote anything.
My favorite quote is the old lady saying, "If peeing your pants is cool, I'm Sammy Davis Jr."
Miles Davis.
Well, it was Miles Davis.
Brett just coming in here to roast your ass.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
I got the Davis part right.
Yeah.
Ooh, somebody watch TBS every Saturday morning.
Chris Farley is also very funny in that movie. But yeah, that's where the whole Sandler thing started, was Billy Madison. And then it did so well that Universal was like, you know what? That did well enough. We'll give you another one. You can be a lead again. We'll help you kick off your movie career. And that's how we got to Happy Gilmore pretty much exactly a year later. I was looking today, and they were released right around the same weekend, about a year apart. And so Happy Gilmore is the story of this guy who really wants to become a professional hockey player.
Like
and it kind of begins... What's that?
Like heated rivalry.
Very similar to heated rivalry, I'm sure. But there's this old home video footage of him and his dad. And his dad worshipped hockey so much that it forced his mom to move to Egypt, so he says.
Oh, yeah. So that's the funny part that I never noticed, because I'm like, wait, obviously there's a sequel. I don't think they ever touch upon that anymore after that.
She never shows up again. It never is talked about again in the movies.
It's like she just went to Egypt. All right.
But so his dad loves hockey, tries to teach Happy how to play hockey, but is actually killed at a hockey game where the puck hits him in the face. You would think that might turn Happy away from the sport. It kind of has the opposite effect. He becomes more enamored with it. But he says he starts to develop what he calls a short fuse, and he starts to become angry very easily. And at the age of 10 years old, after his dad dies, he goes to live with his mom in Waterbury, which for years... His grandma. His mom's in Egypt. We've established this. My bad. His grandma in Waterbury, which for years I thought was a fictional town. Apparently there is a Waterbury, Connecticut that this is based on or takes place at. Did not know that. So he grows up, he becomes of age, he tries working all these odd jobs, continuously gets fired because he likes to goof off and has this short fuse that gets him into trouble. But throughout it all, he still wants to be a hockey player. And he tries out for this semi-pro team, and for however many years in a row, he doesn't make the cut. His girlfriend leaves him because he's pretty much a loser. But where the film really kind of takes off is we find out that grandma has not paid her taxes in decades. And so they are repossessing all of her possessions, as well as her home, which she has lived in for 60 years because her late husband built it for her. She owes $270,000 to the IRS. If they don't get it within 90 days, they lose the house. And so Happy is sitting here thinking, I have no money. I have no job. He goes and puts Grandma in a nursing home where the orderly, who is played by an uncredited Ben Stiller, is very abusive, basically runs it like a sweatshop.
As he
And
should.
You just pulled landscaping duty. But Happy doesn't know
The fact
that.
that you sound like him, that's impressive. You did
I've seen this movie a lot.
I guess.
But Happy is like watching the guys repossess all the belongings, including his grandfather's golf clubs, or they're about to take them. And he basically makes a bet with the movers that he can outdrive them. Turns out that because of how good he is at a slap shot in hockey, he can hit the living piss out of a golf ball and drive it like 400 yards.
What is a drive?
And so, basically the first swing at a golf ball.
Well, I knew the white boy would know that.
Yeah. Or
how do
anybody
you know
who has ever watched golf.
How does anybody enjoy golf though? Like you would stand and watch somebody golf in silence.
It's not the most exciting sport.
How is that fun?
I like it when you play Wii golf. I liked Wii golf.
Wii golf.
That's how I know what a drive is.
Am I the only one who doesn't know what a drive is? Okay.
I'm impressed that you've watched Happy Gilmore multiple times and don't know what a drive is.
I don't pay attention to the golf terms, okay?
Anyway, he goes to the golf course, to the driving range, where you drive, aka hit golf balls, and is basically charging people to see if they can outdrive them. And of course he wins. He makes like, I don't know, $100 or something. And while he's there is this golf trainer. He used to be a pro named Chubbs Peterson, who is played by the late, great Carl Weathers, who says, you got to play in the Waterbury Open. If you do and you win, you can become a pro, you can go on tour, all this stuff. And at first, Happy's like, that sounds stupid. I don't like golf. I'm a hockey player. But then he finds out he can make a lot of money doing it, so he's like, all right, let's do it. He goes. He is very unconventional. He does not dress like a golfer. He wears sweatpants and a hockey jersey. He beats people up on the course, curses a lot. Pretty much the antithesis of everything that is traditional golf. But he drives the ball so well that he wins, and he gets invited on the tour. Chubbs is like, you should wait a while and get better at the other parts of golf that you suck at, and Happy's like, nah, I gotta go make money. So he starts, and he's really not good at golf. He gets like close to last place in most of the tournaments, but again, he can drive at 400 yards, he can get it to the green, which for non-golfers is the area where the hole is.
Okay, I know that part.
You picked up the green, but not what driving is?
The green is kind of self-explanatory, especially
so is
when
driving.
When you say drive, I automatically think of like vroom vroom.
Like that one guy. When he hits Happy.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
We didn't get there yet, but
jackass. That guy.
Okay.
So a couple other characters come in. One is Virginia Bennett, who is like the PR person on the tour. Eventually, her and Happy start a romantic relationship, and she kind of helps him figure things out. There's also Shooter McGavin, who is played by Christopher McDonald, and he is really the villain of the story. Happy is not...
Justice for Julie Bowen, since we didn't name her.
My bad. Julie Bowen. She plays Virginia. So Shooter McGavin is not... Happy is not good enough to challenge him. Shooter is like the number one golfer in the world. He is the heavy favorite to win the Tour Championship, which is the big event at the end. But Happy is taking attention away from Shooter because he's so popular and because he draws like a blue-collar crowd to golf and is like basically changing what the game looks like. And Shooter doesn't like it. Moment comes where Happy is doing well. He's getting close to making the money. And he gets in a fight with Bob Barker during a pro-am, which is like where he's paired with a celebrity. Which is kind of like, I think, the most famous scene from the movie. It's been reenacted both by the two of them and in other things.
Didn't they win like an MTV Movie Award for this?
They did.
For Best
Fight.
Yeah,
Yes.
this was the only thing from this movie I recognized. Because I always assumed this is, well, I guess that may not be totally true, but my dad is a big Sandler head, so I was like, I wasn't sure if I'd ever seen much of this movie. And after watching it, I was like, oh, I don't think I watched too much of this at all, actually. But
Just the
that
Bob Barker
scene
fight.
I've seen in clips, and that, like, especially after he died, people were sharing that a lot.
For a while, young Brett thought that was like the funniest thing he'd ever seen was the Bob Barker fight. And I still find it very funny.
Just think, there's like a generation who they just think that's like an old man who he's beating up
Right.
nowadays.
And Bob Barker wins the fight. Like he kicks Happy's ass in the end, which makes it even better. But seems like it's not going to work out. But he gets a sponsorship with Subway. Talk about a hole-in-one.
Right before Jared. Oh.
Right before Jared, correct. But then they go to buy the house, and turns out on the 90th day, they're auctioning it off. And they don't get it back. Who gets it back but Shooter McGavin? And he's basically like, Happy, I'll give you the house, but you got to quit the tour. And Happy's like, you know what? Tour championship's coming up. If you beat me, I'll quit golf forever. If I win, you got to sign the house over to me. And so Happy calls up Chubbs again. They figure out his putting. Chubbs dies. He falls out a window.
Why does he fall out a window, though? Because you forgot that important plot detail.
I figured we would get into that because that's something I wanted to spend some time on. But
that plot detail,
I think it's hilarious.
All right.
Do you not think it's funny? The fact
I think it's funny you want to dedicate some time to it, but
I think it's one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Keep
so
going.
When Happy and Chubbs first meet,
oh my god,
Chubbs is like, I was great on the Pro Tour. I was going to be next to Arnold Palmer. They wouldn't let me play anymore. And Happy's like, I'm sorry. Was it because you're black? And Chubbs is like, hell no, damn alligator bit my hand off. And one of the great gags of this movie is his prop hand, which is not just a wooden hand, but like you can see he has a very long sleeve and you can see the prop under his sleeve. And it's incredible. But anyway, flash forward. Happy defeats the alligator that took his hand at the course, kills it, and then gives its head to Chubbs as a present. And it scares Chubbs so much that he backs out and falls out of a window.
Wait, no, because the funniest thing too is when he falls out that window, there's somebody down there who just looks up at him and just shakes his head.
So that guy shows up multiple times in the movie, and I didn't know this until years later, but that is a golf pro. That is a cameo. His name is Lee Trevino. Yeah, so
I also like the part where the old lady gets the air conditioner falling on her, and she's like, Mister.
You know that Mista lady? I think I just killed her. Anyway, tour championship. Happy goes. He wins. Shooter gets chased down by Richard Kiel, who was Jaws in the 007 movies. Just an absolute giant man. Whatever. Let's get into it. I obviously love this movie. I'm not going to say I could recite this movie, but when I'm watching it, I always know which line is coming next. I've probably seen this movie more than any other movie. It's either this or like Toy Story. And that's because when I was young, don't ask why, I couldn't tell you why, but this was the movie that me and my brother just watched over and over all the time. Obviously, I became attached to it in that way. I still have the same appreciation for it. It's never really wavered. I guess at one point, I kind of like, as I was becoming more like into movies, I kind of looked at it as like, oh, it's not a good movie, but I like it. It's like a good 4-star movie. Recently, I've kind of like thought about like movies I love. And at one point, I'm like, I'm tired of pretending that this isn't one of my favorite movies. I absolutely love it. It's a 5-star movie. It's great. It makes me laugh. every time I watch it. And I think, I mean, we'll get into like why it's funny, but I think for me, the reason that it's stuck with me so well, even now into, age 30, is Happy Gilmore is extremely rough around the edges as a character, obviously. Very quick to anger, beats people up, curses a lot. In the beginning of the movie, he is a... Are you saying you relate, Christian?
Yup.
In the beginning of the movie, he's a lovable loser. By the end, he becomes a lovable winner. And I think for me, despite all of that, there's an underlying sweetness to the movie in that Happy truly would do anything for his grandma. And by the end, he would do anything for Virginia. And by the time you reach the end, it's kind of one of those underdog stories where it's not easy in the beginning to see him as an underdog because he can be an asshole. But by the end, you're like, the right person won. I find it very easy to root for him by the time the ending comes. And it ends on a very funny but also very sweet note. And so I think that's something that Adam Sandler, his movies, for me, can be very hit or miss. I'm a big fan, but I obviously recognize there are some of his movies that are horrible. And I think where his movies find the most success are ones where like this, where they're not necessarily mean-spirited, but they do have that kind of underlying sweetness to them. So I'll leave it at that. Christian, I know you love this too, so let's hear your thoughts next.
There's a moment in your spiel that I thought you were going to say you became a man while watching Happy Gilmore. I have a friend who she's not going to listen to this podcast because she doesn't know what a podcast is or how to access them. So I can say this. But she determines a movie's humor based off of a date she had in 1995 seeing Billy Madison.
Oh my God.
And so she has to ask if I'm like, hey, you should see this movie. She said, is it like an Adam Sandler movie? I don't know what that means anymore because he's changed as a person too.
Yeah.
In terms of his comedy. But I've always really loved this movie, and I do say love because it is a hilarious movie. This is one of my favorite sports movies out there. I don't know a thing about golf. I do like putt-putt golf when I have the chance. But yeah, no, I think that it's a very much of an underdog story of I like Happy just from the very beginning of this movie too. And I think it's yes, I can relate a little bit. A short-fused person, very easily short-fused. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I think you pretty much covered it all. But I do like this a lot, and I had given this movie 5 stars. And like you told me earlier, Brett, you were worried if that was just like a fluke for me, but it wasn't because this is one of those movies I think too that Toby and I will watch when we just need like a very quick laugh for something.
Yeah.
And I obviously watched it last year because it has a sequel. The sequel's fine. Like it's not up with this one, but it was fine for what it was.
Yeah.
It pissed me off because of certain characters who died, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But yeah. So, yeah.
So when you initially announced this as a movie, I was just like, okay, this is like probably the best Adam Sandler movie I haven't seen. Like I
You
said, I
haven't
wasn't.
seen this?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't entirely sure because my dad liked Adam Sandler movies and they would just be on TV all the time. But no, I didn't see this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I did like it. Christian thinks 3.5 stars is hating a movie, but
I was very happy with that.
I had a good time. Like, I don't think I was like busting a gut the whole way through, but it made me laugh.
Would you watch the sequel?
I don't know. The thing is, with Adam Sandler, I agree with the hit or miss thing, but it's like once you get closer to like just Sandler running the show, I'm like, I don't know. He's a guy who needs to be edited, and when
Mm.
he's no longer he's too powerful to be edited, it's like, well, like I'm like one of my biggest hot takes is Click would be a good movie if it wasn't a comedy.
That's a fair take.
I don't know. That the fat phobia of Click is crazy.
Yeah.
Which we can talk more about when Dodgeball
With
comes.
Dodgeball. Yeah.
Anyway, was that the same year? No, but it's close.
No.
It is like 2 years later.
2 years later. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I like this. Carl Weathers was definitely my favorite part. He's like such a good like straight guy because like he's being so hilarious, but he's not trying to be. And that's what makes it work so well. After he's dead, singing fucking Carpenters and
Yeah.
Sandler's Dream, and then makes one last visual gag at the end that I loved. And yeah, I do agree with it. Like the movie has sweetness to it, and that's why it works so much. I think once you get, I don't know if it's just Sandler's problem, but a lot of his 2000 stuff is basically along the lines with 2000s comedies of
Yeah.
there's no room for sweetness. You need to just be mean spirited, and that's what people want. And
I think he does a really good job in with Big Daddy, because Big Daddy is
Yeah.
like, it has the rude Adam Sandler humor, but then at the same time, that movie chokes me up every time I see it.
I think
Yeah.
I like 50 First Dates as
And
well.
that too, yes.
That's a
yeah.
really good one.
And that's like it helps that that's an actual romantic comedy, and like he can't be an entire asshole or it just wouldn't work.
Right. Yeah, I think that's something that when a lot, and myself included, a lot of Adam Sandler fans, I think, would say that like his 90s and early 2000s was like his best era for comedy. Because like, I also think like part of it is the sweetness and the room for that. Part of it is also that partially due to like budget constraints. Not that this is like an indie movie by any means, but it's not a high budget movie like Happy Gilmore 2 is. So in some ways, it's actually like kind of low key down to earth. Like Happy Gilmore, I have never ever met someone like Happy Gilmore, but you could reasonably see that someone like that could be out there, you know. And there
I
you
do
go,
have
Christian.
a mean putt.
Do you know what that means?
Yes. we have a little bar like down the road from here that does trivia, and it's also doubles as like a mini golf inside. So like my friend will bring her kids, so we'll do trivia, and then me and the kids will go putt-putt afterwards.
Cute.
Yeah, they're
Love
doing
that.
Oscar trivia in a few weeks.
I think what I liked most in the humor is in the I like a good absurdist humor. And so moments where I'm just like, that is not how this would work, I'm laughing the hardest. Because him literally getting hit by a car and they're like, well, either the game stops and you forfeit or we keep going. And I'm like, are we not going to investigate this? We're
And
just
then
gonna
they
be
just like they leave it there. The tower falls at the end. It's like,
yeah.
oh wow, how could that have happened?
I like his dream sequences of like finding his happy place too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which I like that they bring those back too in the sequel with Bad Bunny
Bad
and
Bunny,
Travis
yeah.
Kelce and him slathering Travis Kelce with honey. Is that going to get you to watch it now?
I know.
Bad Bunny is a high point of that movie. He is so funny in that movie.
Bad Bunny is the closest I've gotten to watching it.
I think that one of the places this movie has grown for me over the years, I've always loved Adam Sandler in this. And you were talking about, you know, this is my favorite Adam Sandler comedy. For sure, for obvious reasons. But so I've always loved him in it. I've always loved Carl Weathers in it. I agree. Like he's probably the standout performer in the movie, which makes sense because like he's the seasoned vet in this, and you're right, he does kind of play the kind of most straight-laced character aside from Virginia.
Mm.
But I've grown to appreciate the supporting cast more over the years. When I was growing up, hated Shooter McGavin. And he's a very hateable character. But I think Christopher McDonald is actually really funny in this movie. One of my favorite things about Shooter is that he's like terrible at trash talk. And that's something that comes up in Dodgeball as well. But just like the whole, yeah, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? It's a funny line, but also the way Christopher McDonald reacts to it, where he's just like, no. It's amazing. And I was reading that like he improvised a lot of them. He was given room to improvise in the movie too. And so I think that's a good bit of casting that, and I not to spend a ton of time talking about the sequel, but I think he's one of the better parts of the sequel too, and the way they carry that over.
Very much so.
But him, Julie Bowen, Sandler's, his movies, the female leads, some are definitely better than others. I do like that she's not just the love interest. She does have a role in the plot and kind of helping things move along. And the Ben Stiller, he's not in it very much, but how it's just all those scenes are really funny too. I love that Happy tries to bribe him with a $1 bill. And talking about like the absurdist humor, for me, it's also just like the random shit in the movie. Things like that. Like there's a scene where he's talking to Chubbs and he just starts pulling used cans out of a trash can and like hitting them into the highway. It's just random shit like that Sandler and his co-writers came up with.
Also, one of my favorite
for me.
One of my favorite things is the apartment scene, like really early on, where he's arguing with his girlfriend and he goes to the intercom. He's like, "No, sorry, baby, I didn't mean that." And it's funny because Toby and I will do that a lot, where it's like, we'll just call each other assholes, and then I'll be like, "Oh, baby, you know I didn't mean that."
I love that scene because I was as it was going, I was like, "Is this about to be gay panic?" And then it wasn't, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually I liked how this joke went along."
Seen those finger paintings you bring home, and they suck.
Some older lady popping out. It's like, hey.
And she actually stays the night with him. Oh. I think that for the most part, this movie's also aged pretty well. And we'll get into the discussion with Dodgeball, which is a movie that hasn't aged particularly well.
Which part?
But I like that about it too. Not that it's perfect, but I think it's surprising to me how much it can still hold up in 2026.
It was filmed in Canada. I don't know. There's your fun fact.
I saw that today and I did not know that ahead of time.
Is Vern Lindquist, is he like the announcer?
Yes, and he is an actual commentator.
It says that he still gets $34 checks from the SAG for this movie.
I love that. Good for him.
Yeah, the other thing about this movie is I feel like even among like non-Sandler fans, it's for the most part pretty well liked nowadays, which was definitely not always the case. It was not well reviewed when it came out. Roger Ebert hated it.
It says 1.5 stars, stating that Adam Sandler's character doesn't have a pleasing personality. He seems angry even when he's not supposed to be, and his habit of pounding everyone he dislikes is tiring in a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, he hated it. But like, it's also like that rage piece of it too. That's not only something Sandler's become known for, but that's also how other directors, like that's why PTA brought him on for Punch Drunk Love. And so in a roundabout way, it led to better roles later on too, which is cool.
It says Lee Trevino, who's a professional golfer, regretted this movie because there's so much swearing in it.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard. I love that character. He's so funny.
This is nominated for a Raspberry.
Fuck them.
Lee Trevino, wasn't he in one of the Homeward Bound movies?
Who?
Lee Trevino. Or was he might have been referenced. Because I'm just hearing that name coming out of the dog.
Now we gotta find out.
Right. I don't see anything.
I don't either.
Okay. Well, sorry.
His web connects us all somehow.
I love it. I could go back and forth with like different quotes and stuff. Like I quote this movie about as much as any other, especially when I go golfing with my brother.
Oh my God.
So sometimes, like,
who just wants to go golfing?
For example, if like we both get it on the green, but one of us is closer than the other, like I'll look at him and be like, somebody's closer, and shit like that. And
then people behind you are like, could they hurry up?
I also the scene where it lands on Richard Keel's foot. Is this your ball? It struck my foot. And they're like telling Shooter, you have to play it where it lies. Sometimes I'll hit a ball into the shit and it's stuck in a good place. My brother would be like, oh, got to play it where it lies. So we quoted a lot. And just various scenes that I could go back and forth on, like, all my favorite scenes, but we would be here all night. So
you should have your brother listen to this episode.
I might.
What do you wear when you golf? I just need to know this.
Like shorts, and not like gym shorts, but like, I don't know, khaki shorts.
Oh my God.
And a polo.
Oh my God.
I know.
See, I would be the Happy Gilmore of your little golf club, because I would show up in gym shorts and a tie-dye shirt, and I'd whip all y'all.
Some courses won't let you on if you don't dress certain, which is bullshit. I hate it, but
wow, Brett's selective.
I don't care enough to fight it. So
got to go to the Mortimer Club there, I guess, Brett. Damn. That's a Golden Girls reference.
I was literally thinking about the Mortimer Club.
Thank you. I snuck my Golden Girls reference in.
It's not my policy.
What is it? Because they have a great breakfast and the parking is free?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Gutman. He's Jewish, right?
Oh, Jesus.
We also need to just shout out the actress who plays the grandma. She does such a good job. She's such a good, like, moral.
She does.
Like, emotional core of the movie.
I know I've seen her in more.
Frances Bay.
Frances Bay. The only thing that comes to mind that I've seen her in, though, is Twin Peaks, which is like, and it's very, because I watched Twin Peaks last year and she showed up and I'm like, Grandma! I went back to your house.
She is in one of the most iconic Seinfeld. Well, all Seinfeld episodes are kind of iconic in my book, but where he steals her marble rye, like bread. Like he literally up and steals her bread.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then she's in the Golden Girls?
Oh.
Which I'm trying to realize, is she... Okay, so she's in The Days and Night of Sophia Petrillo. So I think, like, she tells Sophia that she's trying to return, like, a piece of meat to the store, but they wouldn't let her, and then Sophia basically helps her out. She was in the middle.
Frances Bay.
She was in the middle right before she died.
Wow.
All right.
Well, we're at a high. Now we're going to a what?
A medal.
All right. Moving on from Happy Gilmore to our next film, which is Dodgeball, a True Underdog Story.
I'm going to preface this with I'm interested to hear what you both say about this, but something of note, I guess, with me is that movies, specifically comedy movies that age, in this case,
poorly.
Interestingly, yes, poorly. The jokes don't offend me. Like, I'm never offended by jokes, especially that I found in this movie. Like, I was like, oh, but I'm never just like, I don't like that. I'm just like, ooh. So I'm going to preface that. I'm devil's advocate of this, where I get it, but at the same time, it doesn't offend me enough to care.
I would also say, for me, the jokes that really stand out from Dodgeball and that I remember are not the offensive ones. Like, it's not like every single joke in the movie is offensive or hasn't aged well. But, like, this is another one, like Happy Gilmore, where I quoted a lot. It's very quotable. But, like, there was stuff as I was watching. This is my first time watching in, like, 7 or 8 years where I totally, like, didn't remember how bad some of it was.
I will say I see myself a lot in Patches. So, let's get on with the synopsis, Nancy boy.
Okay. So Dodgeball came out in 2004, and this one is the lead character is played by Vince Vaughn, which, like, starting out hot. He plays Peter LaFleur, who is, again...
Who thought he was the leading man? I just need to know that.
He's also a loser like Happy Gilmore. I don't know that I would say he's a lovable loser like Happy Gilmore, but...
He's a schlub.
He's a schlub. He's definitely a womanizer, too. Like, his interactions with Christine Taylor's character in this movie are not the best either. But he owns and operates a small, kind of rundown community gym called Average Joe's. And Average Joe's has a collection of interesting employees and different folks that come in to use it. Some employees are Dwight and Owen. And then Stephen Root plays Gordon, who is a regular customer there who basically, like, just tries to get away from his wife and kids at times. But then there's also Justin, who is played by Justin Long, who is a high school student that wants to be on the cheer team. And Steve the Pirate, who is maybe my favorite character in this movie. And he's played by Alan Tudyk. And, like, he legitimately thinks that he is a pirate. But he also comes to the gym every now and then, which is very funny. But Peter has defaulted on the gym's mortgage, and it's been bought out by White Goodman, who is played by Ben Stiller, who, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie, so I didn't realize it, but this is apparently like a complete copy of the character he played in the Disney movie Heavyweights, which I saw when I was a kid. Do not remember him as well in that movie, but apparently he was doing, like, the exact same thing.
Okay, like, I have not seen Heavyweights since Disney Channel's Prime era.
Same.
Like, that's crazy to think. I need to see that movie now.
Yeah, I was reading that he basically said he was worried about it first, but then he was like, nobody's seen Heavyweights. And then after this, he realized that Heavyweights had, like, a cult following. And everybody's pointing it out. But White Goodman operates Globo Gym, which is like the high-tech gym literally across the street from Average Joe's. And Average Joe's is kind of a like, hey, we welcome everybody. Come here if you want to, work out and stuff. Globo Gym is like, you are not good enough. You need to come here, get stronger, get skinnier, that kind of place. So he has bought out the mortgage, and Peter has 30 days to raise $50,000. Connection to Happy Gilmore. You can see how that kind of fit in.
Number one. Connection number one.
We'll get through all of them. So they don't know what to do. They try a car wash fundraiser. Does not go well. And then...
There's the gay panic joke.
Yes. And Gordon is like, wait, I can't believe I forgot. There's this dodgeball tournament every year in Las Vegas, and the grand prize happens to be $50,000, and all you have to do is win a regional tournament to get in. So they're like, we've never played dodgeball before. Connection number 2. Happy never played golf. And they're like, we'll try to win this regional tournament. They get their asses kicked by a Girl Scout troop. But it turns out that one of the Girl Scouts took anabolic steroids and beaver tranquilizer. They find through a random drug test. God damn you, Bernice! And so they are disqualified.
You all know how much Girl Scout cookies are these days, by the way. They're $6 a box.
They don't need to go to no dodgeball tournament.
Right.
So via disqualification, Average Joe's makes it to Vegas. And I think it's a 16-team tournament, if I remember correctly. And it is broadcast on ESPN8, The Ocho. I have thoughts on that we'll get into in a little bit. At the time, it was a fictional news network. Fuck it, I'll just get into it now. So, perhaps the only influence of this movie is that years later, ESPN did this stunt thing where they turned some of their channels into ESPN8 The Ocho for like a day and showed sports like dodgeball and darts and like random obscure sports like that. Apparently, it's now a permanent channel somewhere. I have never actually seen ESPN8 The Ocho except when they did that stunt thing, but
It's a
that's the
program.
legacy.
It's a program block.
That's what it was initially.
So,
I was reading
no,
that they turned it into something permanent at one point.
it said the Ocho is also offered as a free ad-supported streaming channel on the Roku channel, Prime Video, and DirecTV Stream. So there you go.
Yeah. So there's the lasting legacy of Dodgeball, I guess.
This is where they show like the Savannah Bananas at.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
The what? No, you you both can't talk like that's a thing. People know what the hell that is.
Do
Zay,
you not know who the Savannah Bananas are?
No.
Oh.
Zay, are you
heard of this?
Are you familiar with the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yeah.
This
Not
is like
from Scooby-Doo, those Harlem Globetrotters.
I've seen, I don't know if it was the Harlem Globetrotters, but like an offset of them once.
Yeah. This is like the white baseball version of that.
Okay.
It's they tour different places and they like dance while they're playing and they do flips into like and just I've never actually watched them, but stuff like that.
Okay, thank you.
Zay, just
Kids
get
really like
this, okay? Just get this. Kauffman Stadium, where the Kansas City Royals play baseball, right, holds 37,000 plus people. The Savannah Bananas play there, and they sold out the stadium for 2 nights last year.
That's crazy.
That's
very
how
popular.
big the Savannah Bananas are.
There's a documentary series about them.
You can't even get tickets to the Savannah Bananas unless you buy them the day of.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like I've looked because I'm like, yeah, let's go see them. No.
Interesting.
No, it's crazy. Like, yes, and yeah. Anyway, the Ocho also shows corgi racing, which I think is fabulous. Microsoft Excel World Championship Finals was played. Okay, so pause because now Brett has me deep diving here. So in August in 2025, the Ocho, they list their programming lineup on Wikipedia for whatever. So on August 2nd, they showed Dodgeball, a True Underdog Story, followed by Diving Chess, Freestyle Chess, Microsoft Excel World Championship Finals, and then Robot Fighting.
Incredible.
Love it.
This is like a real channel. They showed Bubble Ball?
That would be very fun to watch.
What is this? I need this channel in my life.
If Bubble Ball is what I'm thinking it is.
They have T-Rex World Championship races. Okay, keep talking. I have Roku on right now for the Golden Girls. I'm going to go find this station.
Sounds good. So they get into the tournament, Average Joe's. And then they find out, wait, Globo Gym formed their own team and they snuck in as well because they found out that they were playing. And they snuck in because White knew the chancellor or something, so whatever. And they basically go and challenge them in a bar. And afterwards, Peter is approached by one Patches O'Houlihan, who's played by Rip Torn, who was a dodgeball all-star champion legend back in the 1950s. They actually like show a video of him teaching how to play dodgeball from the 50s, and it's very funny. So they get him. They also have the character, I can't remember her name, played by Christine Taylor. Kate, who is actually the lawyer in charge of White's finances and like making sure this all goes through. But White wants to basically get in bed with her and has her fired so that there's not a conflict of interest. So she joins the average Joe's team because she's the only one who's actually good.
Which I would argue is also similar to Happy Gilmore in the way that the female interest character
Good
had
call.
a conflict of interest and was like a suit basically.
Yeah. And is like the smartest person in the movie by far.
Yeah.
Currently, the Ocho is showing the U.S. Air Guitar All-Star Air Off.
Love it. ESPN8 is showing up the podcast right now. This is my bad. But Patches is like, you're going to get killed. You got to bring me in. I want to be your coach. And he's like in a wheelchair now. He, does not look good. He has a lot of very offhand, problematic comments throughout the movie. He trains them by throwing wrenches at them because...
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Thank you.
I love the smell of queef in the morning.
Which reminds me, Christian, you watched the unrated version.
Yeah.
What flavor of lollipop is it in the unrated version?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember. I couldn't. Oh, it's right here. Oh, because I literally Googled Patches O'Houlihan quotes. It says a poopy flavored lollipop.
I thought so. It's always been poopy flavored when I've watched.
That
in the unrated, it's cock flavored.
Yeah,
it's cock flavored, which is again homophobic joke.
I will say I'm terrible. The R word is brought up in this, obviously, because it's 2000s. We have to throw that out there. But the quote is, it's like watching a bunch of trying to hump a doorknob. It's like, what? The things is it necessary for me to drink my own urine? No, but I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like the taste.
See, that one's good.
That one made me laugh a little.
Okay, so I watched this with Haley. And the part that got her...
The only movie she's probably watched with you on this podcast.
She had never seen it. The part that got her is when they win one of their matches and Patches is in the locker room and he's like, hey, Peter, I got some hookers up in my hotel room.
Can I say the whole quote? Because I got it.
No. You could actually.
Thank you.
I can't.
It says, Patches, I've got some hookers in my room. What do you say we go celebrate my treat? Peter, no, thanks. I'll stick with the scarf, but thank you. Patches, suit yourself, queer.
God.
Similar that Lee watched Happy Gilmore with me. I think they liked it fine enough. But the next night when I was just like, I'm gonna watch Dodgeball, they're like, you can watch that without me.
Understandable. So Patches trains them up. It actually pays off. They get to the championship game against Globo Gym, but then they are going to celebrate in a casino, and a sign falls on Patches and kills him. Similar to Chubb's. Is that connection number 4? I believe so. So now they're without Patches, who has been
Do you see this on the Ocho?
That is intense. I love that. They're having a lot of fun.
I hate that you've made me discover this channel.
So Peter, without Patches, Peter's like, well, we can't do this. And White takes advantage of that and is like, you know what? I'll give you, how much does he offer him? $1 million? $100,000. Offers him $100,000 to leave, forget Average Joe's, and move on. And at first, Peter takes it. And he's going to leave. And the morning of the championship, he is gone. He's at the airport.
It also feels similar to the house thing. And Happy Gilmore.
Number 5. I didn't even think of that one. Number 5. So he's at the airport. Justin gets tracked down by the girl he's interested in from high school. And she's like, our guy on our cheer team fell off the roller coaster and broke every bone in his body. You're the only one who knows the routine. You gotta come help us.
That was a good one.
That was also good.
Because that was
So he's-
referenced earlier as like a possibility.
Right. Right. So he goes, he does the cheer competition, hoping to make it back on time. And the night before, Peter tells Steve the pirate that he's not a pirate, stop pretending, because he's pissed off. And Steve just like disappears, which also leads to, I think, a really funny joke where Owen is just like, who's Steve the pirate?
I disagree.
Steve?
I
My
was
God.
just-
I thought that was hilarious.
No, I was just like, okay. Okay, it got funny when it kept going.
Yes.
But at first I was just like, oh, that's not even a joke. And then it just kept going.
And
I'm
then,
like, okay.
well,
And now
I
I
think
kind of respect it.
the funny part for me was the punchline, which is the full setup of the thing. And then the punchline happens not minutes, but multiple minutes later.
Where he's like,
That's
hey, look,
true.
it's Steve the pirate.
Yeah. And you're like, what?
It's one of those random things, like it makes no sense, but anyway, it looks like Average Joe's gonna have to forfeit, and they do. But then last minute, Justin shows up, and Peter is approached at the airport by one Lance Armstrong. Random cameo, much like Bob Barker and Happy Gilmore.
Oh my
Connection
God,
number
another
6.
connection.
And Lance Armstrong is like, man, I've enjoyed watching you on the Ocho. And Peter's like, yeah, I quit. And Lance Armstrong is like, yeah, I considered quitting when I got cancer. But I'm sure you have a good reason. And Peter's like, I just, felt shame. And then Lance is like, well, I'm sure you won't regret this decision forever. That leads to Peter coming back. He shows up on time, and it goes to a vote with 3 judges onto whether they can play or not. And the third judge is the one and only Chuck Norris. Another cameo thrown in there, because why not? They get to play. They defeat Globo Jim in a sudden death matchup and ends happily for nearly everybody except for White. He, let's just say the fat phobia kicks in at the end there as well. But Average Joe survives. They start doing like youth dodgeball classes. Peter put all the money that he got from White on Average Joe's to win, which is definitely illegal. I don't know any sport where somebody can bet on their own team like that, but apparently in dodgeball it's okay. So they end up with $5 million. And that's basically what it comes down to.
Oh my God, there's another connection. This one feels a little more coincidental, but it's funny. So, Shooter makes the joke about the guy who's in the sand more than David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
And David Hasselhoff is the German coach in dodgeball.
Shit, you're right. The other thing with the villains is that I mentioned earlier that Shooter McGavin is like insanely bad at trash talk in Happy Gilmore, and White Goodman is the same in this movie. He just cannot trash talk to save his life. But yeah, we talked about how this movie has not aged well. In multiple facets. I would say, the fat phobia, homophobia, there's definitely a few racist moments in it. I do think, like you've both mentioned, it's very representative of what comedies were like at this time, kind of mid to late 2000s. It's not much different than a lot of movies like this at that time. So that's not great. It hasn't aged well. But like I said earlier, there are a lot of moments that do make me laugh a lot. I really like Cotton and Pepper in this movie, who are the 2 commentators for the dodgeball matches. Pepper is played by Jason Bateman. Cotton's played by Gary Cole. And a lot of Pepper stuff is like quoted a lot, especially among sports fans, like bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. Or Pepper needs new shorts. But I really think one of the funniest lines in the movie is when it comes down to sudden death, and Gary Cole's character is like, we haven't seen anything like this since the Helsinki incident of 1923, and I think we all remember how that ended. It's like, come on, that's funny. So stuff like that, I think makes it watchable. But
have you ever seen? Well, I know the answer to this. Have you ever seen Best in Show?
yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then, like the two announcers there too.
Oh, they're so
Fred
the
good.
Willard.
British guy and Fred Willard, where Fred
Yeah.
Willard is just having the time of his life, where the dogs are getting inspected, and he's like, "Whoa, I wouldn't want her hands on me."
But aside from that,
mom. By the way, Mom Jean's Jenny won the air guitar.
Oh,
good for her.
Yeah, the Sasquatch brought it out, like the beef jerky Sasquatch. That's nice. She won $0,000. It says.
I love America.
My God.
I hate what we've discovered on this podcast.
Not to make things not about this movie, but do you ever think about how gas stations are so important to Americans?
Yeah?
Yeah.
A Wawa opened up next to me, and I have to know
What's a
what that
Wawa?
is.
Wait, what's a Wawa?
Have not heard of that one.
It's just like an upscale, like, I don't know, like a Love's
Out
or
here-
a Jets.
Out here, Quick Trip is king.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's like that.
Quick Trip with a Q, unfortunately. Quick Trip with a K is... There's Quick Trips with a K, like KWIK, in like Minnesota areas around there. It's really good.
See, we know we are having
Yeah.
Europe has museums.
We have gas stations.
We have
Yes.
Buc-ee's.
That's true. People are very, very excited about that Buc-ee's coming to Kansas City.
And guess what? I went to Tennessee. I went to the Buc-ee's there, and I was like, this is just a giant gas station.
What are we talking about?
Anyway, Dodgeball.
I will say
Dodgeball.
that when we went to California, the gas was hard to pump because like there's something on their things that I could not figure it out. And then like come to learn places like New Jersey, they have to do it for you, which is so
Yeah.
weird for me. Dodgeball, eh? You know, here's my queef with Dodgeball. Like kids don't play dodgeball anymore, as I've learned. Like they don't teach it in gym class anymore. Like I've had kids come to me and like one the other day was like, my leg hurts, and I said, lift it, and they lifted it, and I said, okay, do the other one, and they did, and I was like, you're fine, go sit down. Like they don't play because they don't want to get hurt. On the flip side, my second year of teaching, the gym teacher did play dodgeball with them, and she said that they were absolutely terrible at playing it because whenever they
Interesting.
got hit, they got pissed off at each other.
So here's the thing. When I was in elementary, Dodgeball Day was the best day.
Literally.
Everybody loved it. But
Now,
did
we played with soft balls.
Same, like the foam ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even with the soft balls, the kids would get pissed off, and she said they were like, "Oh yeah, they're targeting each other." Like that's the point, kid. That's the point of the game.
That's unfortunate. I loved Dodgeball Day.
Zay, did you love Dodgeball Day?
I thought it was fine. I mean, I liked it more than other things, for sure.
True. Better than running the whole time.
I was the kid that was targeted every time.
Surprise.
And it was like last to be picked.
Oh, see, we didn't do that.
We didn't do that either. We didn't have enough
teachers
kids.
split us up.
Yeah. This movie, I thought I liked when I saw it. I don't remember it much. But watching this, oh boy howdy, I didn't like it. And
Damn.
just say like
This is how I sounded with Babe.
But like it's not even that it's offensive that it was like not, I don't care if like there's like some forms of offensive humor where I'm like, yeah, that's just like not funny no matter what.
Do you
but
get offended at things? I feel like you do a lot.
a lot? No.
Oh.
It probably depends.
It's just mostly like I don't care what you joke about, make it funny. And I
Yeah.
didn't find anything fun. Like I can't say I didn't find anything funny, but it was like long periods between jokes I found funny. And yeah. I don't know, like the joke at the end where she's like, "I'm not a lesbian, I'm bisexual," and then she makes out with him, and I'm like, that's just not funny. It's like
Yeah.
a weird male, like why? Okay, bisexuality, sure. You're not going with this gorgeous woman and Vince Vaughn.
And like, I agree because there's also absolutely nothing Vince Vaughn does in that movie that would reasonably lead to her being interested in him.
Absolutely
What's
not.
what's
He
crazy
talks
is
so
then
shitty to her.
Vince Vaughn follows this up with Wedding Crashers, which like makes him a really big star. And then he's in like The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston, where he was like the romantic leading man. Again, who
Yeah.
made this man a leading man
My dad
for a
loved him.
time?
My
Well,
dad
he's
had all
also
those movies on DVD.
he's also MAGA these days.
He
Oh,
is.
that makes sense.
I will
Very
say his
much
last
so.
movie, Nona's, very good movie.
That was cute.
I
Yeah.
haven't even heard of it.
Brett doesn't
Oh,
take interest in film, so
he doesn't care about uh women, older women in film.
That is
Did you
not
watch?
true.
Did you
I
watch
care about
80 for
Frances
Brady?
Bay. We're not going to get an 80 for Brady. We've been there, done that.
But that's the thing is like so many things would happen in the movie, and I'm like, I don't know if it's the way it's written, the way it's filmed, but I'm just like, this is a joke, but I don't think it's funny. Like them just being like in like leather gear for their like thought. I'm like, on paper this is funny, but they don't use it to its full advantage. I don't think it's just
but I
like
think the funny thing is the punchline where there's the old man
You
on
must be
the
daddy.
other team. Right.
That part was funny, I thought.
sure. Eh,
I get what you mean, though.
I know I like this movie. I've always liked
too.
it. Like I said, things don't easily offend me unless it's directed at me.
There are things, but like I see what you mean. Like I think part of the, and I like this movie like Christian does. There are things that haven't aged well and aren't funny, like you mentioned, Zay.
I won't seek this movie out, you know.
One of the worst ones for me was the Japanese team.
that was crazy.
That was pretty bad, and there's nothing. It's almost like what is the attempted joke here? It just doesn't work at all. But like Christian, there's enough outside of that I do laugh at. And like random stuff like the first scene of the movie, Peter gets a call from the video store for like his overdue movies, and it's 2 porn movies and Mona Lisa Smile. That's just funny to me. Like it's so stupid and random and makes no sense, but it's funny.
That's called having taste.
But I think one thing that this is missing, and this is where it contrasts with Happy Gilmore a bit, is that sweetness with Happy Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
Like here, I like some of the characters. I love Steve the Pirate. I think Gordon is funny. You know, Justin is a likable character, but it doesn't have that. It doesn't go far enough to have that underlying sweetness or like true likability to the characters like Happy Gilmore has.
I wonder if
And so
if you like recasted Vince Vaughn.
I think it's a big part of it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because like he naturally is a smug asshole.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense because I'm like, he's the lead, he gets the most airtime, and I'm just like, because Stephen Root, I think he's the MVP of the movie for me. I think he's the funniest character for me.
Yeah.
Can we just say that Stephen Root is like such a versatile character actor?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Incredible. Like I always Get Out. We watched King of the Hill. Like he's in King of the Hill. I love his fucking voice in that as Bill. Like anytime I see him. Office Space too. Like
And like I went through a lot of Coen movies last year, and like he's in a handful of those, and I'm like every time he's like, oh, there's my guy, love him.
oh yeah, we watched Oh Brother recently, and he's the blind guy in Oh Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Never the root of the problem.
but Speaking of root of the problem, here's a connection to Happy Gilmore. On the Ocho, they're doing the putt-putt championships right now, and Elvis is competing.
Wow.
If
Vegas,
you've
baby.
been watching my face this whole time, this is very fascinating.
What did you all think of Ben Stiller in this movie? Because he
I
really
think-
goes for it.
I think he's playing Ben Stiller well, because I don't know, this is what I kind of associate him with, is like the angry villain who's the scrawny little villain.
Yeah, I was like, it kind of was like a watered down Zoolander type for him, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't thrilled by it. I didn't think he was very funny.
He's just
I
there,
think-
because they needed a villain.
I think there are moments where he's really funny, but it's the moments where the script is helping him out a little bit, and he like has a good line to deliver.
I think what
When it's-
truly... Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just like, when it's just him being who White Goodman is, I don't think it's quite as funny.
Well, there's also like, the post-credit scene,
Mm-hmm.
which is this like the normal or is it the unrated? I don't know if it... But
Oh, post credit. Oh, wait. Are you talking
Or
about
is
where he's watching the commercial? And
no, later.
I
where
know what
he-
you're talking about. I forgot about this.
Where it's
The
like
milkshakes.
the milkshakes.
Yeah.
And that's the most interminable thing where I was just like, oh, this is like Guantanamo Bay. This is what they were making them watch on Blue.
I forgot about that because I didn't watch to the end of the credits this time.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
shit.
it's like, for me, when it came on, I was like, oh my God, okay, here we go. And it's like the combination of fat suit humor and the most obvious joke.
I'm watching it right now.
Well, the weird thing about that and the scene with the girl from All That.
Oh, yeah.
I apologize to the actress. I don't
Lori
recall her name.
Beth! That's
Yes.
Lori Beth!
Lori Beth. The thing about those scenes is not just that they're like offensive, but like apparently the point of the movie, the point of Average Joe's, like the commercial at the end is like, you're good the way you are, but if you want to come in, feel free. And then it just like flips the other way.
Yeah.
And it's like, that doesn't mix with those jokes. That doesn't work.
No. That's why I'm like, I hate to do this, bring up Norbit. I like Norbit a little more than Dodgeball, if we're being honest.
That's
I've never
damn
seen
sure.
Norbit.
Yes, you do.
Because, okay, Eddie Murphy is in a fat suit, but I kind of like the character he plays. What's her name? I don't remember now.
Respucia.
Rasputia. And I'm just like, there's a lot of like fat jokes, but I'm also like, no one ever says she has to look like she doesn't look good. She's just a bitch. Especially like when he does his fat suit dance at the end of Norbit.
Oh
It's
my
not a
God.
joke. It looks good. I would pay money to see that show. Just
Your mention of the
saying.
post credit reminds me that there was an original ending of this movie that was different.
Oh,
It was initially going to end with Globo Jim winning.
okay.
And back when I had the Goodwill special DVD of Dodgeball, they had it as a bonus feature. And I watched it. And it literally is just like, the scene where he throws it at Peter and you think they've won? It just ends there. And like he's like celebrating, cut to black. And it is the strangest thing.
Interesting.
I don't know what they were thinking. Test audiences obviously hated it. And yeah, it's not even where I would say go check it out. It's just so weird. But
Zay, how do you feel about John Travolta and Hairspray with a fat suit?
He's the worst part of that movie.
How do you feel about Fat Bastard and Austin Powers?
The worst joke? I don't know. I don't like fat suits. They're not funny.
I'm
We're getting
fat
ever-
because I eat. I eat because I'm fat.
we're getting ever closer to Brendan Fraser in The Whale here.
What do
Oh,
we think of
God.
Brendan Fraser in The Whale?
The most embarrassing Oscar win in recent memory, and that's saying something, especially in that category.
All right. Any other thoughts on Dodgeball?
It's
You can find it at Goodwill near you.
or on Comedy Central.
I'm like it's a very flawed movie, but I'm like Christian in that it's kind of like, again, another like 90-minute movie that you sit down and watch and get a good laugh. So
There you go.
sometimes.
Not my cup of
Again,
tea.
not easily offended by most things. Isn't that weird? Why is that? Like, there's jokes that are so bad. Like, I don't know. Who am I?
I don't, because I like George Carlin. He's not exactly the most PC guy. Or I don't know.
I don't know.
When I have
Probably
a
just
wig
depends
on,
on-
I'll say shit. I won't say it on this podcast because you're recording me.
Oh my. So there we go.
Well, I already
Brett.
went over all the different ways that this related to
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore. So
It's web connects us all.
Happy Gilmore, definitely. I think Happy Gilmore is like the best of this type of thing. Dodgeball is obviously a little bit more middling.
So we got some movies that compare, connect. I'll read them and Brett can talk about them because he's probably seen most of these.
I will say
Okay.
ahead of time, because I could have listed a shitload of sports comedies. I picked ones that were either was people doing a sport that they had not done before, or they were like trying to save some sort of like institution, kind of like Average Joe's or Grandma's House. So
Okay, he has Slapshot, the Paul Newman hockey movie.
yes, 1977. They're like at risk of losing their like Pennsylvania town team. It's pretty funny.
He has Goon, not Gooner, not Gooning, but Goon.
Sean William Scott as a hockey player. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being funny. And he basically plays hockey just to get in fights.
A movie which Zay has called a masterpiece among animation, Space
true.
Jam.
He had to save the Looney Tunes. I mean, that's what else do you have to say?
Michael had to save him. Zay, why don't you like Space Jam?
It's a commercial.
You didn't
And
grow
it's
up in a basketball household, did you?
No, I did.
Did you not watch this as a child?
I did.
And
then
what did you think? Don't lie. What
when I
did
was
you
a
think as
kid-
a child?
as a child, I liked it.
Because I can't see little Zay on the couch watching this at 5 years old and thinking, wow, consumerism is bad. The proletariat and the bourgeoisie, like...
But here's the thing, is when you watch Looney Tunes and then watch Space Jam, they are hardly the characters you know and love. They're barely getting to do what we love about them.
In the game a little bit.
Eh.
Come on and slam. Welcome to the J.
Hey, it's got a good soundtrack. I'll give it that.
The second one is not. We don't talk about the second one, though.
Oh, but why
Yeah,
not?
no, the
Why
second
not?
one's-
Why
second
not?
one's
If you were
terrible.
5 years old, would you like Space Jam too? Tell me that.
I don't know that I would.
I don't know if I would either. I'd say, why do these Looney Tunes look so weird? All right, next we have Major League.
Again, trying to protect their franchise from being sold. They have to win, win the pennant. So
Brett said we had enough gay shit. We're gonna talk all these straight movies now.
Wait, what's the movie where the child inherits the baseball team?
Little Big Man? No, that's no. Little Big League.
I've seen that one.
We have Semi-Pro, the Will Ferrell movie.
Yes, same thing basically. They're trying to save their franchise, the Flint Tropics.
We have Little Giants.
Bunch of kids, first time ever playing a sport, playing football, underdogs.
What about Ladybugs? Does that count?
Ladybugs.
Yeah, with Rodney Dangerfield.
I've never heard of this.
What? You never heard of Ladybugs?
No.
What?
Have you, Christian?
No, 1992. Let's see. Dangerfield plays a Denver businessman who takes over a girls' soccer team sponsored by the company that employs him.
And he gets like a boy to pretend he's a girl so that he can make the team better.
Oh my god.
Well, this is on my watch list.
Keep in mind, I gave it a 1.5 stars.
Well, this is on my watch list.
Can't believe I've never heard of this. Wow.
Of all movies, Rodney Dangerfield and Zay.
Guys, ever say Rover Dangerfield?
No,
Class.
I know what it is. I know what it
I've
is,
heard of
though.
that one. Heard of that one.
That was a childhood classic for me. I had no
Lord.
idea who he was. I was just like, why is that dog talk so funny?
Jesus. Goat. Like the newest movie. Yes, it's okay. It's like a goat who wants to play basketball, but it's not called basketball. I realized while watching this movie, it's called something else, but it's essentially Zootopia meets Space Jam. And I don't know, I really liked it. I thought it was cute.
Yeah. It sounded good the way you described it to me. I need to check it out.
It came in number 1. Eddie the Eagle, which is about like a downhill skier who was basically like an underdog nobody, and then I think he won Olympic stuff, so I don't remember it much, except what's Taron Egerton? Is that his name?
Yes.
Where'd he go? Where did he go?
For real.
I think he did a
Yeah.
TV. I think he did an Apple TV show.
Oof.
Let's see. Brett had. Oh no, we have Babe on here, like the first one, because the sport of dog or sheep herding. Babe is our little underdog. That's a cute movie.
Love
The second
Babe.
one, we have something called Rhubarb.
It's about a cat who inherits a baseball team.
How do they inherit a baseball team, though?
Yeah, he was left it was in the will. The guy left his baseball team to the cat in his will, and they were like, well, legally we have to do. It stars Orangey. That's fun.
I'm adding this to my watch list reluctantly. The fact you gave it 2.5. What do you mean it's fun?
That's as far as it gets. Listen, it's the best 2.5-star movie you'll see.
Academy Award winner Ray Milland is in it.
Oh my god.
Wow. All right. Cats Don't Dance. It's a real underdog story.
Honestly, I thought of that movie earlier when Brett, because you wrote this down. I didn't even write this down. When Brett was just like, "This isn't when you were talking about movies that are like not great, but you love them." And then I was just like, "No, Cats Don't Dance is that for me." It's only gotten 4 stars out of me, but
that's crazy. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, me either.
You're a monster tonight.
Oh my god.
And then the ultimate underdog story, Star Wars.
Sure.
Because it follows the whole like losing the mentor thing too.
Oh, fair enough. Oh,
Got
that was
you
the other
there.
thing. Did we reference that both mentors died in Happy
I did.
Gilmore? And okay, I must have missed that then. No, when that moment happened in Dodgeball, I was like, hold on. We are so like I'm so glad I watched Happy Gilmore first. Just so I could be like a little more mad at Dodgeball.
Thanks for talking over these movies with me tonight. I had fun.
Yeah. This is our shortest episode, isn't it? I think so.
I don't know. I think the Venom won my mission.
We're coming in at an hour and a half right now, which is usually
okay.
Right around there. So
whose turn next?
It's yours, darling.
Yeah.
Woo.
All right. So here's the thing. I had an idea, which we're gonna do later. Probably. Hopefully. I know Zay is in on it. Brett's like, oh, I don't know. You two watch everything in the world.
Oh, that's true. I did say that.
So we'll get to that. I won't say what it is yet because it'll be fun. So Basically, I'm the last one before this fun thing will happen. So we're going, if we went from Dodgeball and Happy Gilmore, we're going to class. I don't mean school. We're going back to having some class.
I totally thought you were about to pick Billy Madison. Not gonna
No. Originally, and I told this to Brett. I want him to watch some more Best Picture movies, and this will be my ploy to get him to do so. But originally, I was going to tease Zay, as I do, and go with war movies.
You can't.
Dodgeball to war.
You can't make me sit through a sports double feature and then a war double feature.
But then I thought, no, I'll save the war for later.
Oh, the war with Grandpa? Is that the...
Oh
No.
my God.
So we're going to talk about Men.
The Alex Garland films?
No. Oh, God, no. The only thing I remember from that movie, other than like that guy birthing himself, is Jesse Buckley going, oh, like, girl, stop that. No, we're gonna, well, okay, so here's how I came up with this. We're all 30. We're all, God, this is gonna sound morbid. We're all running out of time.
Oh my God.
And we all want to be something as human beings, right? I'm talking to the general public out there. But everybody's running out of time. So I thought, let's talk about some artist who wanted to be something and we're running out of time to do so. So we're going to watch 2021's Tick, Tick, Boom.
Oh.
Starring Andrew Garfield, Zay's love interest in life, and a movie that I've only seen once, and I really wanted to see it again. Yes, I know I picked a musical before, but who fucking cares? I'm Christian. Then, this was the hardest one, because Tick, Tick, Boom was always going to be picked. And then I was like, well, wait. Like I said, Brett, Best Picture. So we were watching the epic masterpiece that is 1984's Academy Award for Best Picture, Amadeus. And in fact, we need to, now I'm emphasizing this part because I did not go out to rebuy this fucking movie for no reason. You need to watch the theatrical release and not the director's cut version, because we'll be talking about that one. I also had a cross-reference that Zay did not see these any time of recent, and to note that Can is in fact showing Amadeus in the upcoming weeks.
And you know why? Because I suggested it.
So yes, I did see that and thought, we can't reschedule this fucking podcast anymore because then you'll see it without me saying anything. So I got you, bitch. I one-upped you. So there you go. Time is running out for humans. Let's all be artists.
I don't know if we're doing the theatrical version. I'm sure it is.
Okay, so that's the other thing. Like, I really want to do the theatrical version. It's 20 minutes less, but when I looked up which one to watch, people said if you've never seen it, watch theatrical first. And then director's cut, you're not missing that much of it. It is longer by like 20 minutes. It's whatever. But I want to focus on theatrical cut. So
that works for me because when I'm watching one for the first time, I typically like to watch theatrical first.
Yes. So make sure it says that because believe me, my Blu-ray over there is, who would have guessed, it's the director's cut. I had to repurchase Amadeus, y'all. So 2 good movies.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yay. And I saved us from the war for now. Let me just tell you, my war picks are awesome.
Trust me when I say, when you hear my next double feature, we're going to war.
This is the ones that, I don't want to reveal that yet.
Don't reveal it yet.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, be sure to tune in then.
Good night, y'all.
Rate, review, subscribe, like, send in, comment, get featured on here.
Anything, please.
Yes,
Engage.
we're getting
Pay
desperate here.
us. Again, one of us promotes movies weekly, bi-weekly, and still doesn't just post a QR code on the screen. Tip us. We love tips.
It's true. We won't
just
turn
a
them
tip.
down.
Brett just said he won't turn it down, so there you go. Sweet Jesus, I've converted one.
Oh my God.
Okay, bye.
Good night.